GOMTV.net. In the upper right, in the red, we have our Terran player down 1 game. Let's see if he can come back. He is.
Action, Ryung.
And in the bottom left, we've got our Zerg player with Heavy Queen into Ultra Tech style. Let's see what he does this time. He is.
All right. Exciting stuff, Tasteless.
Yeah.
What will he see from Ryung? He's sending out an SCV pretty quickly. Now, it could be a proxy racks that he's going for. It could also possibly be an eBay timing.
I think it's going to be the eBay timing again. Nope, it's proxy racks. Watch, he mixed an eBay there. It's the craziest strat.
Oh my god, he rushes.
He's going for the plus.
He rushes to Neo Steel bunkers. I'm like, he's like, well, you can fit 6 Marines in this. The bunker rush will be way better. I'm like, but the bunker rush timing has passed, Ryung. Jeez.
I love trying to think of strategies that are deeply complex and simply cannot work. It's actually like not possible within the game for it to work.
All right. Well, this is just one. I don't even want to call it a proxy racks. It's about the same distance as a normal racks would be. So right now, he could have Lucira thinking, oh, this is a command center first build. Definitely could be a possibility.
Yeah, you do make a good point. The location of the barracks doesn't actually make it really proxied at all.
Yeah, and
it's actually pretty far away.
He hasn't started his orbital. Oh, there, he just started it. Okay, so now he knows that there was at least 1 proxy racks, and Lucira has to act as if it's 2, because he doesn't know for sure. So we'll probably see him pull some drones and stuff, but this is just going to be a light pressure, during which he hopes probably to kill a drone, force some extra lings, maybe force a spine, something like that. Make him lose mining time, but this is not actually designed to do damage, like real damage.
Well, this is designed to slow him down, not cripple him. I mean, maybe he'll get a drone kill here, probably not though.
Well, if you look at how many minerals are lost just chasing what he has out here, Ryung is gaining value from this. And look at that, 6 lings as well.
What is it about? If a worker's not mining, you're losing about 1 mineral a second.
I believe that's correct.
I think that's correct. That feels right even when I'm watching the mine.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to think about it. When you see 5 drones for every second that they're not mining, you're losing 5 minerals that you could have had.
And if he was just going to go triple command or something like we see now,
like he is,
yeah. I mean, did he need to do anything specific with that racks? No, it's totally fine. Nothing is, and it wasn't even that quick. It was a 12 racks. You know, it wasn't 11 racks. So he definitely gained some value there. And now there's 6 slow lings out. Who wants 6 slow lings? Not me.
Not me.
I don't want them. Well, actually, as a Protoss player, I would not mind having 6 slow lings, but you know, they'd
be very helpful with your stalkers.
Yeah.
No, you never get away from my stalkers.
You try to 6-pool me, but I have 6 lings already.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't have my cannons to warp it in. I got lings to block. I have to use a probe or anything. I have to make a pylon wall. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, well, this is looking like it's probably just going to go into a macro game. Lucira is the only player here that can turn on any sort of heat, any sort of aggression, but he's already going up to 4 queens, which is very Lucira-esque. So expect this game to go pretty long.
What is I believe there's a term for a kingdom or a community that is ruled by the women, but I don't know what. I know like Amazon matriarchy. Is that right?
Yeah, ruled by like a queen, I believe would be.
But I think it's just one female leader. I think there's a term if it's like an all. I don't know actually.
Where like it's all females in government or something.
Yeah, I think there's a term for that. If there's like I don't know actually. I'm gonna have to.
I don't know.
Let us know on Twitter if you find out. Call me Tasteless and he's Artosis. Because I was gonna make some kind of joke like that, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not sure.
Well, it's definitely some sort of.
Because a matriarchy is just run by a matriarch. Well, patriarchy is run by a patriarch, but where is it?
A matriarch is run by a patriarch?
No. A patriarchy is run by a patriarch.
Yeah,
a matriarchy is run by a matriarch, but that doesn't mean
Well, it could
it's
be
not run by
multiple
matriarchs, is what I'm saying. It's not.
Well, this one is.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's a hive mind situation, right? Like, Kerrigan's the ultimate queen, technically, the queen of blades.
Yeah.
These are just like the lesser queens. These are like.
Yeah, that's true. The Zerg are actually a matriarchy. If you look at it, they're run by Kerrigan. Yeah, that's actually correct.
And in fact, the Overmind from StarCraft 1 was female as well, I believe.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think that's correct.
That was a female Overmind voice.
No.
Pretty certain, Taste.
Are you sure?
I think so, yeah. Someone
you sure?
check the lore and let us know.
No, let us know. I don't.
Dude, the Overmind was female.
What? We're going to have to lift up the Overmind skirt and check for female genitalia. It's like, oh, it's Zerg female genitalia. Gross. No, are
it
you
would
sure?
make sense. Wouldn't that make sense?
Because isn't Kerrigan's supposed to be the Overmind's queen, right?
No, Kerrigan made a rival faction of Zerg.
No, but initially when he infested her, because he got Kerrigan, didn't he?
No,
he wanted to be.
It wasn't a he though; it was a she. The Overmind got Kerrigan. Of course, it has to be the mother of the Zerg. What? Nothing else makes sense.
Oh man,
males can't give birth.
That's why the male Overmind has to find a female suitable. So he picks
that's
Kerrigan,
not what
and
happened.
That's what happened.
You think she gave birth to Ultralisk? Stop right there.
She wouldn't have that lovely figure she has
control.
now if she was birthing those Ultralisks.
You are out of control. All right. This is actually starting to get really interesting. So let's lay the lore on the back burner.
Yeah.
We have the 6 queen style, and we have Blue Flame Hellions from 2 facts. But we also have Bio being produced right now a little bit. Both upgrades going. Not a ton of Raxes out yet, obviously. He's just getting the stim and adding the Raxes now. But I wonder if we could possibly see the Siege Tankless style. No, it looks like he is going to switch into Siege Tanks, because it used to be every now and then you'd see Marine, Marauder, Medevac, and Blue Flame Alien, but looks like he's just going to have a group of Blue Flames and go into 2 factory Siege Tank production.
So he's hitting this hatchery or not. It's more than likely the hatchery is not going to be picked off by by Blue Flame Hellions, but he is probably forcing a little bit more defense to be triggered before ideally Lucera will get that set up. Which one of the great things about applying pressure with Hellions or any form of pressure is you're basically triggering the defenses to be made before they would ideally want to make it, which can allow them to make it hard for them to get ahead later on.
And this is altering the way that, for instance, Lucera played last game. He's getting a Roach Horn, he's getting his Infestation Pit a bit quicker as well. And both those things are units or produce units that can deal with these Blue Flame Hellions. So, he's making Lucera jump through a couple extra hoops here.
All right, clean up some of these creep tumors here. The Hellions continuing to push out. I gotta say, for a Terran that's got Blue Flame Hellions running around the map, Lucera has creep all over the place.
Dude, he's he has 6 queens, man. Like,
yeah, it's just hard to compete with. Yeah.
And in fact, he's starting to make more queens now. He's decided, you know what? Now that I have 3 bases, I need 7 or 8 queens.
Damn.
It's a lot.
It's nice to see this kind of coming into style here, or like I should say, Lucera making it in style now.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love like a lot of queens and good creep spread. Good creep spread has always been one of the most powerful things for Zerg. The
Absolutely,
amount of vision. You know how much safer you feel. I know you never played like a ton of Zerg, but when you have creep
much
everywhere,
more Terran and Protoss for me. Yeah.
When you have creep everywhere, it's the safest feeling in the whole world.
I bet.
You feel like you can't be touched.
I played more Zerg in StarCraft 1 than StarCraft 2. Terran was the one I didn't prefer to play as much.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2 I prefer to play Terran.
Supply depots were too hard to make. I get it.
No, they are too hard to make.
Yeah, I know.
You get blocked
it's not even a joke. All right. Well, look at that wall by Ryung. That is looking really, really nice. So any Ling run-bys aren't going to happen. He's going to have to make Banes and crush through walls, something like that. But, it makes it harder for Lucera to actually do some of his patented Zergling harassment. And, we see Ryung here. He's really keeping up on the Siege Tank production. Already has 6 with more on the way. So when he actually does his push, it's going to be ridiculously strong. Really, really strong. And against the really heavy Ling Baneling style of Lucera, he's going to be able to target him on those Banelings so quickly. And between the Blue Flames and stimming and microing his Marines, I feel like Ryung has gotten himself into a much better position this time to fight against Lucera.
At the same time, though, the real question goes back to what we were talking about earlier, which is, can he actually push all the way across his creep? This is a lot of creep.
It's true.
There's a lot of skins you have to burn out. If one attack fails, hold on. We have the Is he? No, he's not. Yes, he is. All right.
Here we go, and quite a few depots do go down. The Siege Tank doing a good job.
Okay, nothing dies. Nope, something dies.
Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't a big deal, though. 5 SCVs have died. That's totally fine. Ryung's defense doing exactly what it was intended to do thus far.
And if you notice, guys, the supply here is actually ahead for Ryung. It's by about 10. It's pretty huge.
Yeah, he's playing fantastically here. Now, we do have the Hive for Lucira, but he's really just focusing on getting those upgrades. The Ultralis Cavern does go on the way, but here we go. Tasteless Lucira deciding that now is the time, but is it really? And the answer is absolutely no, it is not, but he does want to lay more creep right there. I love it, man. He is just so on top of that, but Ryung does not want to let that happen. A beautiful fungal growth going down by Lucira.
Yeah, really nice stuff. Looks like the medevac is headed southbound now at the left-hand corner of the map. And, well, we'll see. It's going to be up to whether or not Lucira can get a 4th and a 5th up here.
And, doesn't quite save that single unit. And here we go. The Siege Tank's actually being taken out so quickly here. And, oh my god, Lucira just connecting with absolutely everything.
Yeah, he blew that bad. Now let's see if he can keep the hatchery around over here. Because there's really not much defense. Some Lings come up. That could probably get enough to drive back.
Yeah, he should be able to save this hatchery, which is super, super important. Because even though he killed that army...
Actually, okay, he barely saves it there with 113 health.
I have a feeling there's going to be another medevac on its way there pretty soon.
I think you're right, Artosis. I don't know how you get those Miss Cleo powers, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Wow.
I've already seen this game. We're casting a replay.
This is this M. Night Shyamalan moment for me. I thought I was doing live TV all along.
So, this is... A lot of Ultras are on the way. 3-3 going to finish way ahead of time for Lucira compared to Ryung. Ryung is down in supply a bit, but he's getting a good unit composition still. He's starting to make a lot of Marauders at a time, 4 at a time, in fact. And that's going to help him deal with these Ultras very, very well. There's only 3 Infestors out to hold his units still, so a lot of this is going to come down to the micro of Ryung here.
Sure. All right, here we go now. He's stimming. He will stim soon, and coming to hear this, and I think this hatch will go down no matter what.
Yeah,
position here.
Pretty sure. And all the drones come out, but is it enough?
No, he didn't have enough to transfuse either.
No, he didn't. The King of Queens did not have enough to transfuse there. Wait a minute, that's a television show.
King of Queens?
Yeah, that's a show. That's like a really popular show.
Is it?
I used to watch that song.
See, we've been in Korea for too long, man. We're out of the loop.
Way long time ago, I used to watch that show. Anyways, totally uninteresting side note.
Let's talk about the Golden Girls, Artosis, while we're at it. So, the 4th base here for Ryung has been
here we go. There's 17 Marauders out right now. Basically, Ryung needs to hit Infestors and Banelings as much as he can with the Siege Tanks, because fungal growths are how these Ultras can actually become valuable. A nice fungal growth there on the left.
But there's no more Lings, so he could just drive him back now. Let's see if he gets any transfuses on the way back over here, and he does.
But he has no more fungals, so the micro of Ryung really starting to come in handy to Ultras, dealing some reasonable damage.
This goes to show you that individually Ultras are nowhere near as strong as you think they are. They actually need to have other units around there. Like Artosis said, the Fungals, the Queens, the Lings.
Yeah, and he had some of that, but the Infestor count really dropped. And you see that after that battle, he's actually adding 4 more Infestors. So he realizes that that's where he went wrong. Lucira needs more Infestors for his Ultras to actually connect.
All right, that drop's been driven out. And it looks like what's going to happen is Lucira's going to regroup over here and probably just hit the 4th again. Well, I think he probably is worried about the medevac nuisance here.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit annoying. Ryung is basically keeping Lucira back and continuing his Marauder production. In fact, he has 20 Marauders right now, which is just a huge deal against someone that's going for this set of units.
I believe the technical term is more than enough to kill Ultras of Lucira's. But, there's a lot of Lings. So
that is the technical term.
That's the technical term, if you want to get all textbooky.
Yeah, if you look at Encyclopedia Britannica, it's in there.
It's right in there.
It's like the scientific name of a flower.
I don't know. I think what really needs to happen here for Lucira is probably a Spire switch after he does his big attack.
If he could get a Spire switch off, that would be amazing. I feel like it's like a little bit too slow. This is so on edge right now. Like someone's going to tip this over and win pretty soon.
Well, you know, the problem is that he doesn't have enough gas stocked up to just do it. But here we go. Attack coming up here.
And here we go. There's a lot more infestors this time. A beautiful fungal growth going down. The sea change being taken in a matter of moments. More fungal growths holding everything still for these ultras. Still a huge amount of damage output here from Ryung. And he's doing a great job dealing with all of this.
Now, he pushed him back a considerable amount, but the story is really in the supplies right now. It's 142 to, what is that, 179. So he can come back in here. And that's pretty huge. The queens are pretty important for keeping the Ultralisks alive.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, though, he can remake 6 queens very easily. He's got the minerals, you know.
That is true.
And he's got the hatcheries.
He just started 6 more ultras, and his economy's really good, so he can keep going ultra, I guess, technically. But Ryung just continues to make marauders. So if Lucira doesn't overwhelm Ryung pretty soon here, Ryung will be able to come back. He will be able to. Basically, Lucira has to do it soon. He needs to knock out this command center. He needs to knock out this army. Or the 4 bases, the good saturation from Ryung, and this constant marauder production is going to catch up to the Ultralisk count in a big way.
Exactly. Again, that's why I think we need to have a Spire switch. You know?
He has only 3 infestors. This could be a huge issue.
Let's see. I mean, if he gets this is a planetary stuff. He takes this out. It's really bad right now. Oh, this is okay. That's smart. All right, hitting the planetary with the banelings is smart.
Yeah, very good move.
All right, props, nerd props.
Yeah, and
we'll
kill some
backs
of these.
up. Okay, I see what he's doing. He kills it, backs up, and now he can do whatever he wants. And it's up to the Terran to figure out what to do. So he's going to land. I believe the command center from his main is going there, and then it'll be more than enough time for Lucira to actually make all these banelings again if he wants to. I mean, granted, it's an orbital, so he can live, but
well, Ryung now I think realizes that he actually has to attack. You know, losing that command center was just too important. His mining's down to basically nothing, and Lucira's mining a lot. So Ryung's starting to take a more offensive posture, but Ryung does not like to stand on creep. So you notice he's moving a little bit slower than some Terrans that we would normally see do.
Yeah. Well, he's a little bit reluctant to go out and do that. So Ultra's going to clean this up easily. And I think we're just going to see him attack in here again. It looks like he wasn't even expecting Terran to be up here, so his army's not exactly grouped together perfectly.
Well, let's see, does he actually have enough here? I see no fungal growth, so Ryung actually doing a very good job with his micro. His bio not being hit at all, and Lucira being pushed back once again. His ultra is much lower on health. The queen count down to just 5. No infestors out.
And hit this base too. I don't know if he's going to, but he can.
Well, now he's hitting this base is a huge moment because that's going to leave Lucira on just a couple mining bases, one of which being his 3rd, which is going to mine out soon. And Ryung continues to close the gap.
If Ryung wins this, man, that's going to be insane. That'll actually be huge. Because I think Lucira could have won this game 100%, but he's stuck in this tech that, I mean, it's just a matter of time. Ryung is slowly adjusting his army makeup, and I mean, you can't keep sending that many ultras without fungal into a bunch of marauders. They stim, they tighten, and they win the battle for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see it. Can Ryung continue this push forward? I love that Lucira, by the way, taking the top left. That's so smart. He has so much creep up there, and it's so far away from Ryung's base of command.
The odds of him even checking there are so low. And then if it comes into the end game, like where almost all the maps mined out, and he finds out Zerg sucked up all the minerals there.
Yeah.
That can cost him the game too, so it's pretty smart.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this. He has to stay on this side of the map to protect this mining base because his 3rd is basically dry. So, I mean, he can't even send units up there. He has to keep them down here to stay alive.
All right, he's going to loop around here. And I think it's probably sunk in for Lucira right now, where it says, wait a minute, I could have killed him. This is actually what it's like to play against Terran in almost any game, where if you actually let them get that one extra base, the game goes on forever, and it's a very frustrating moment.
Certainly. Well, Lucira's still trying to get this base. You know, it is important that he continues to secure as many bases as possible because his ultras are so expensive. And Ryung continuing to push up slowly but surely. He's actually got his siege chain count up to 9 with 17 marauders, so that's pretty solid.
He's regrouping here.
Trying to pick off as many medevacs
and
as
that's
possible.
super smart because that means every time Terran stims, if he's down a medevacs, it's a pretty serious decision with permanent lost health.
Yeah. And that's really important because he has to stim a lot to keep.
Found this expansion.
hiding.
This is probably not intentional here by Ryung. He probably was trying to fly down to the fourth base over there at the center left and stumbled upon this one. But that's also alarming here for Ryung. If you look at it on the mini-map, if you cut the map down the middle from top to bottom, I mean, there's nothing on the left side of that map that's Terran.
That's true. Whereas Lucira's actually taking that bottom right as well. He's just making hatcheries everywhere. He needs to take the normal fourth base on the low ground of Ryung. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he shouldn't, but the game is a little bit too close. Now, we actually have Ryung continuing to push forward, but you know, Lucira's relentless creep spread is really bugging Ryung here. You know, I feel like he would have that high ground secured if it was anyone but Lucira.
You know, here's one problem. If Terran actually attacks with his ground army, this upper left base, Zerg just counterattacks the fourth base of Terran and pretty much wins.
That is so true. He could just send a small group of Lings there right now, in fact, because Ryung is continuing to push in this direction. And you know what? Ryung may be switching over and taking the fourth base that we normally see Terran take.
Yeah, he is doing that right now, actually.
Oh yeah, the command center is flying down there, so... yeah, I mean, it's a good idea, too, because these are the two bases that he now needs to deal with. He kind of dealt with the bottom right area of the map for a bit, and now the top left is becoming an issue.
Scan over here. Try to clean up this area. I have an experience around this. We'll see how this goes.
Well, he's got to make sure that no fungals land on this big group of bio that he has. It looks like the Sea Chinks will be taken down.
Nice splitting, very nice splitting.
Yeah, but look, he's killed off basically all the Banelings and Lings.
But he killed off all the tanks, too.
Yeah.
So all he has to do is wait for some fungal energy.
That's right, some fungal energy or a ton of Lings, which is what he just made. Both those going to be very useful against this army of Ryung, but he does know, no matter what it is, he has to reinforce those Ultras. You can't let those things attack alone.
Yep. They're almost like support units.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's weird to say, but
it's so funny, too, because they are the beef of your army. It's just, you know what they are? They're like Colossus. Like, you can't have Colossus do anything
that's
alone.
A really good point. You can't have a Colossus running around by a Colossus by himself.
We have a few in your army, and suddenly it's a killer army. You just always run before you lose.
Bungles here in the expansion. This could actually be the checkmate move. And he's forced to lift there. He's got the army he needs here. There's some siege tanks that have come in here to replace, but not enough. I think this is the killing blow. We'll see.
Well, we will see here in a second, Tasis. Here we go. A ton of Banelings coming in. And, in fact, he does have to turn around.
He didn't go over the army, which I think he could have, but I see what he was doing there. He wanted to hit the workers because no matter what, he'll get the workers. And no matter what, that puts him ahead.
Yeah. And you know what? This is so cool to see because Lucira just keeps healing. He has so many queens. Once again, he's up to 10. So he just keeps healing all of his Ultras. It's, you know how people always talk about 3 units of Zerg being infested Terrans, Broodlings, things like that. Well, this is like another way to look at that, where he's using the energy of the queens to basically have more Ultras than he should.
Yeah.
These Ultras should not be worth this much, but he just continues to utilize these queens in a brilliant manner.
Absolutely.
And he's wearing Ryung down. Look at all of his units are having a hard time even being
Ryung
healed.
is pretty nails tough.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, when you consider how long he's lasted against a maxed out Zerg like this.
Seriously.
I think here we go. He's going to come around here from multiple sides. And I believe that's going to be it. GG.
But you know what, Tasis? Lucira played brilliantly, but you were right. Ryung was so tough there. He was like, he was like that classic thing that remote controls coming.
Oh yeah, the
it's
ones
like
that you can't get
Lucira
into.
had a knife, a lighter, and a pair of scissors, and it still took him.
Yeah, and he still probably cut his hand open on that. It's when you try to get a new controller for your PlayStation or Xbox, you try to get that thing open.
Yeah,
and it's really hard. You're thinking, oh my god, like, this is actually dangerous and stressful, and that's what it was like.
And that's what that game was like for Lucira. You know what? Ryung played very well, but Lucira, like, showing some insane skills that game, man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling him getting out of this group.
I'm loving the Ultra Queen combination. And lots of queens at the start. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. It's so cool. And the fact that even after he loses them down to 5, he goes back up to 10 a little bit later on and make sure he keeps on healing, make sure he keeps on pushing the creep.
No Brood Lords necessary.
The way that Lucira played that is, in my brain, like, the way Zerg should be played. It was
I
just
loved
so
it.
awesome. It was so swarmy. It just really utilized the strengths of Zerg.
We're going to take a quick little 5-minute break. When we get back, we're going to have more StarCraft 2 action here at the GSL.